I like creating places, extraordinary places. This is a dream for all my life, to have a little place on the water. That it happens in the middle of the Yukon was a bit unexpected, but here we are.
Prepare to see inside the most unique, creative, and unusual vessel you will probably ever step aboard. The Wooden Pearl is exactly what she looks like. A rustic cabin meets pirate ship. Her creator and captain is just about as interesting as she is, and he has songs to sing and stories to tell.
Then there was a bit of a storm, and there was a sailboat that was out of control with two rookies, and it rammed my boat during the show. But that was this moose, beautiful. Fed a family of 4 for 1 year. Yeah, she got away on me twice because of a storm once where she wound up her own anchor. It's not dangerous, but it's like well worth it.
Today we take you to tour the Wooden Pearl, and then we invite you to take a ride with us up to a special place here in Dawson City, Yukon, and get a little taste of what community means out here in remote northern Canada. Jump on in and let us introduce you to driftwood holly and the Wooden Pearl. Let's first orient you to where we are and why it's so impressive the places this little boat has gone. We are here in Dawson City, a remote Canadian town tucked up against one of Mother Nature's great wonders. The Yukon River is the 3rd longest river in North America, flowing 2,000 miles across Canada and the US before emptying into the Bering Sea. It is a wide, powerful river that courses through some of the most untouched, remote terrain of the North. It's no wonder, then, that the Yukon has long called to pioneers and adventurers, dreamers and artists. One of them is driftwood holly. We met Holly during our time here in Dawson City. When he told us about the Pearl, we knew we just had to see her. Thing is, she's currently anchored off an island in the middle of the Yukon, so a little ride on the old Laughing Lady is in store.
Took me by surprise. I did not see it coming. And the will to make this life
Welcome to the Wooden Pearl. Step on board.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is awesome.
Okay, so there's a story. There's got to be a story.
Now, before we go any further, there is something you need to understand about what happened here in this part of the world in the late 1800s. Gold, discovered in a nearby creek, sparks one of the most explosive gold rushes the world has ever seen. In the span of a few short years, 100,000 people descend on the Yukon, and Dawson City bursts into existence, built on a flat patch of swamp right where the Klondike River empties into the Yukon. A young man joins the stampede during the height of the gold rush. He returns home empty-handed, but rich in something infinitely more valuable. The rawness of the Yukon inspires him to write a series of stories destined to become classics. Fast forward 86 years, and another young man, this time in East Germany, witnesses the fall of the Berlin Wall. Stories are powerful things, and the works of Jack London still capture the imagination of many, even far across the globe in very different times. So enduring are stories, they can change the trajectory of a lifetime.
I came from a strict German society. We had lost all our culture when the wall fell, and everybody was just running. And I needed to leave that territory. And then I thought, there was always this Call of the Wild thing from Jack London in my mind. I don't even know how it entered my life. Maybe my father read that book to me, or we read it in school by Jack London. And there was this Dawson City place. And it seemed so magic, so far out from where I was. And then I got a book and I saw there was a picture book about a river trip down the Yukon River. And I used to be a competitive ski jumper, and I can move my body, so I thought I can canoe as well, so I can learn to canoe. And I saw that normal people in canoes did this trip from Whitehorse to Dawson. And they all made it kind of like, oh, maybe I can do this. So it was still pretty big for me to be like my first 2 weeks alone in my life. And back then I was so scared of the place, and I was, had a big spear for the bears and stuff. And then you just have to keep the nerves and get on, and then it's beautiful. It's still frightening, but it's like, and then I came to Dawson, and I stepped out of this canoe. 5 minutes later, I was in the Westminster Hotel in the pit, and I thought I entered the Muppet Show. There was not a normal character in there. It was hell. The Bend was on fire. Everybody was drunk out of their minds and looked really weird. And I thought, this is great. I stood in there like, I never felt anything like that. So I stayed, and then I thought, wow, like, what if I move here? What would happen? Like, can I do this? So then we did it. We just came here and never left.
We have all heard a calling at some point in our lives. A dream, a person, or a place that pulls. In the time of the gold rush, that pull was the faintest glimmering possibility of finding great wealth. It drove thousands to set out for the Klondike goldfields, over grueling mountain passes, and then down the Yukon River in makeshift boats and rafts. The journey from Whitehorse to Dawson is about 500 miles on the Yukon, and more than 100 years later, the route is still wild and not without its fair share of risk. We wonder if Holly's younger self ever imagined that years after that maiden voyage by canoe, he would repeat the journey in a floating cabin.
She had a real adventure about 3-4 years ago when Shakat Media asked me to bring the boat to Lake LaBarge in Whitehorse and do 700 kilometers on the Yukon River. It'll be a film, and it was a trip of a lifetime. There was a lot of challenges, and the Five Finger Rapids and wind was a big issue on the lake. And I cried when I came in that the trip was over. I was like, I just don't want to step off that boat anymore,
Something Holly just said requires a little explanation. Five Finger Rapids is one of the most formidable obstacles on the Yukon River. Almost halfway between Whitehorse and Dawson, 4 massive pillars of rock split the Yukon into 5 rushing channels. No matter which channel you choose, strong currents and standing waves threaten to knock you off course and directly into the sheer cliffs on either side.
With boats like this, you have one shot. I remember Ruby going in the house, ducking under the bed because she saw the waves coming out. There's like a standing wave about like 3 feet high. And it came in over the porch into the house and flooded the house. And we were quite fast. We were quite fast. But it was fun. Yeah. Tremendous footage. Like going through this pristine wilderness, and then if you zoom out, you see how small it is and how vast the land is, how wide everything is, and like there you are. And I mean, 100 years ago, these people who came down this river, they had no return ticket. They didn't even know. What we did was extremely adventurous, but it's nothing compared to what the old timers did. A lot less equipment and a lot more risk, but they must have had like 2 hearts or so.
After hearing of these adventures, we are now bursting with questions about the Pearl and eager to bring you along for the tour.
So this is the heart of the boat for me, because every place I have needs to be warmed. It doesn't make any sense if it's cold and drafty out here. That's why we have this hippie killer here, it's called. It's one of the fastest warming tin stoves in the world, and you got to take care of it a little bit, otherwise it takes off on you, burns your wall tent down. But makes it very sauna-like in here if you like it. And like when we come from the river fishing, or when we hunt or do whatever on the river, it's pretty chilly up here in the subarctic, so it's good to have a warm place. And then I like big beds and comfortable interiors. I like the red velvet. It keeps the draft out and it makes it really luxurious in here. From the outside, it looks like a slab shed, you know, but from the inside, it's pretty royal with some local art. I know all these artists. This up there is a Jim Robb painting. So I collect these things here to be inspired, because I also come here to play music and write music. I've been here with Sylvia Messi recording a song. She worked with Johnny Cash and Tom Petty, and so she's been here. We played the whole boat because everything here has a sound. And it's got a beautiful portal here where in the summer, through the glass, it projects all the waves up onto the ceiling. The boat floats on 10 drums. So one of these drums can carry about 200 kilos. And then you have a walkway around it. You need that in every boat that you can get around and run the ropes. This is the engine room. It's a little 9.9 Yamaha 4-stroke with a high thrust lower unit, so it pushes quite a bit. I can't really go upriver too far. She's built for downriver. She's not built for going to Whitehorse. It's a stationary boat with once in a while it tours a little. Yeah, and then I have a solar panel that recharges the battery if you want to charge your phone. We have an outdoor fireplace, which is an old Hills Brother coffee container. They're used for everything in the Yukon, for everything, you know. Some people made like roof shingles from it, and these houses still exist from the gold rush. It's a really good material. Yeah, this is our outdoor fireplace. Almost burned the boat down once. Old tin, gold rush stuff. Yeah, and this is the wheelhouse of the ship. So these cables actually steer this motor in the back. This is all the controls for the motor, throttle and choke and stuff. And we have a depth sounder because the Yukon River is really milky and you never really see the bottom. So reading the water is the main skill. And because the bottom of the river changes constantly, sometimes you're wrong. And that was almost the whole building we toured. But what do you think about the yard?
What's the moose?
This moose actually was shot from here. Me and the lady, we had a night out in the slough, wanted to film some northern lights, and I just called the call, and the moose came, like straight to the boat, swimming to the boat, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to redirect that moose around it, and I kind of hushed him away again, and then I got on land, and then we had a successful hunt, and
And you had a freezer full
the
of food.
evening was postponed. But that was this moose, beautiful. Fed a family of 4 for 1 year. Yeah.
I guess we shouldn't be surprised to hear that the Pearl is not only a tiny home, but also a creative space. We are surprised to hear, however, that the Pearl has a sister ship in Germany with an equally creative mission. And, well, that is a story unto itself.
The sister ship is the Dreamcatcher, and it happened about 3 or 4 years ago in the pandemic. I'm a touring musician and I'm a commercial fisherman. There was no fishing that year because there was no salmon, and all the stages were closed. So I was like double unemployed. And since I'm so much on the river, I thought, what if I built a boat like this in Europe, put a solar panel on, have a PA installed, and have a tiny stage in front, and then go to the shores, and people can come with their little stools and their little picnic baskets and sit down and space out accordingly to the law. And we play concerts. So I flew over there and I got a team of other adventure specialists together, and within 7 weeks we built the Dreamcatcher and toured the Elbe River from the Czech Republic through Germany in the direction of Hamburg, and we played like 40 shows in complete lockdown. And it saved my musician life, and I think it kept a lot of people sane who were able to listen with their little, glass of red wine in their hand in the lawn chair, and there's this weirdo coming in that says, whatever this is, but it's cool. We played a show in Berlin, and then there was a bit of a storm, and there was a sailboat that was out of control with 2 rookies, and it rammed my boat during the show. And I didn't see them coming because they came from behind, but I saw the audience going like, and we're like, okay. And then boom, they hit, and I told the band to keep playing. I'll deal with this. They didn't stop the song. So
The show must
turned
go
their
on.
boat around. We ripped the sails down. They had way too much sails up, and sent them away again, and then set back down. So it's shit like this that makes the shows. I'm a storyteller. I'm an adventurer. I'm not a limitless musician. I'm just a songwriter.
When you see the Pearl, a barely visible dot against the wide, powerful waters of the Yukon, it's hard not to wonder, what are the risks?
So it was always a challenge to be out here. It's not an easy thing. She got away on me twice because of a storm once where she wound up her own anchor. And then the other time, I don't know, there was a broken anchor chain, which is probably a huge piece of driftwood that just came by and sheared it off. Yeah. You are on one of the largest Arctic rivers, and you wouldn't want to fall in or take off with this overnight and then wake up in Alaska and think like, so where am I and now what, It's not dangerous, but it's like well worth it. Yeah. Just imagining waking up here. So you remember, like when you wake up, you have this first like 20 seconds, you don't know where you are. You just open your eyes like, okay. Especially happens to nomads like us, like where am I? I'm like, I'm on the Pearl. And the stove is warm and your bed is warm. And with our technology today, you turn on your favorite music and just look at the water. I don't know what could be better. She's truly a pearl. It's also a dream that materialized, like if you have dreams and they're a little far out, most of them don't happen, or some of them don't happen. But this is one fulfilled dream.
Dreams are hard things to shake. One of mine is to bring artists from different musical backgrounds together on recordings, a slow but steady collaborative that now includes Juniper Sage, Solar Gain, and the Anguyak Dancers, all in Alaska. Today, Holly and even the Pearl herself are adding their own sounds to the mix.
We are the people, we are the pros, we are the footsteps on the stone, the beat that runs this whole damn show. We are the people, we are the pros, we are the footsteps on the stone, the beat that runs the show.
It is a special gift to be invited inside an artist's creative space. The place they go to cocoon away, tune out the noise, and find inspiration.
Always I'm searching for a long lost piece of heart. I sought and found you, like a fire in the deepest parts. I will hold on to you, no matter what comes.
It is also a special gift to be part of the moment that an artist shares one of their creations with the world. See, Holly isn't just a musical artist. He also works with wood. We are driving up the Midnight Dome, a graceful mountain towering over town. 20 years ago, when Holly and his buddies built a bench and stealthily installed it up here in the middle of the night, they never expected it to take on a life of its own. But it did. The bench on the dome has been splashed across travel articles, social media, and brochures ever since. But the climate of northern Canada hasn't been kind to the bench, and now it's time for a new one to take its place.
I will hold on to you, no matter what comes.
This is the good stuff of life. We are a hodgepodge group of locals and visitors brought together by chance and happenstance. Among our number are local business owners, seasonal workers, and year-round Dawsonites. And also us travelers, welcomed in like we always belonged. There's us, a pair of Pan-American bus lifers, and a couple up from Vancouver, themselves originally from Mexico and Lithuania. A lot of different paths came together today, here atop the dome.
Stop. This is downriver. Say what? Yeah, we got it.
Well, you're gonna burn!
Get some tool.
Denise?
That's a great box.
Yeah, I did too.
Like, I thought it was gonna be like...
If only the old bench could talk. How many people from so many places and so many walks of life rested there to take in the beauty of the Yukon? Actually, among our number tonight is a local who proposed to his wife on the old bench. It has seen a lot of happy moments for sure. And now, it's time for this ragamuffin crew to assemble its successor.
2, 3, 4.
Down the steward and up the bench, where my world began. begins and the problem ends. Lily loves me very much. My duct tape pens and my loner touch.
Good, done.
Yay, there you go.
Something I always wanted to tell you. Thanks to Jonathan Dowdell for donating the tree. He did that. That was amazing. And thanks to all the supporters now and the ones in the future. And to this awesome gang for setting it up.
Woohoo!
Electronic Kitchen.
Yes.
Territory.
For artists, there is a critical moment when you let go of your work, understanding that it is no longer yours. Whether it's a song, a book, or a giant driftwood bench, there comes the moment when it leaves your hands and now belongs to everyone else.
Thank you. We'll share.
And now, for a piece of art that has become part of so many stories, it's actually quite unique for the artist to have the chance to reconnect with their work at the end of its time and to send it off with a ceremonial bang.
Cheers. Cheers. Goodbye, my friend. Welcome to the new. Thank you, Captain Morgan, for being here. Where are you from?
That's a good one. Pretending I'm working.
Yeah, let her rip. Let her rip.
Yvonne, farewell.
Well, Yvonne had a wish, and now the wish is gonna fly. You know? She feel a little hot today.
Stack it like you mean it. Stack it like you mean it. And this is how you burn a bench.
I don't know, like, I don't remember all of it, but I remember having two carpenter friends on my property that night, and I said, let's get all the force we have. We're gonna build it overnight, and then it's gonna be on top of the dome the next day. And that's what happened.
What was the reaction when everybody woke up the next day and saw a bench up here? What did people say?
This bench was like instantly, iconically loved. Like everybody loved it. You know, if you're up here, you want to sit down.
Been a long time, baby. Been a long time, long. Stick with me, maybe. Don't let me go.
You know, during our time here in Dawson, we did a lot, but this experience tops them all. Because at the heart of it is people. Friends, old and new, just enjoying being on this planet together. After all, that's the whole point, right?
Been a long time, baby. Been a long time, long. Stick with me, maybe. Don't let me go.
It's funny, isn't it? How inspiration is passed like a torch from one person to another, from one generation to the next. Jack London wasn't the only literary giant to gain such inspiration from this land as to pen works that drew others here, even across time and great distances. The writings of Robert Service and Pierre Berton have reached across the world in equal measure. And we can't help but think what future works might come to us all by some inspired artist sitting here atop the dome looking out across this view.
The Yukon River goes somewhere into these mountains. You don't know what's back there, but you wonder.
There are mothers holding hands with the sisters of the northern land. We are the land.